In this video, I just want to do a description of the XODD software that is used to control an Arduino. And this one is using an Arduino that has a shield, an easy module shield on it, which is multifunctional and has a light sensor, a temperature humidity sensor, a potentiometer, and I'm going to show how I've hooked these things up to have a display that uh, is on an LCD, but also through Bluetooth, I can see on my smartphone just in a terminal emulator. Okay, so just generally where we are on this, these are the inputs. These are what are called nodes, and we have a DHT11 hygrometer, we have a light sensor, and we have a potentiometer. And the upper line are inputs to these nodes, and the lower edges are the outputs from the nodes. So let me first just describe how this is and how it's running and demonstrate that, and then I'll start showing you how to make changes. So right now I have the hydrometer. This is the temperature in centigrade going out to here and then nowhere. The light sensor, the value coming out of the light sensor, is going down to line 2 of the LCD display. The value for the potentiometer is going in two places, line 1 of the LCD display, and then it's going to this data node, the data input of this print node. And this print node is connected up as a UART or a serial port, and this is going out on D7 and D8 to the HC06 Bluetooth module. I know it all sounds confusing, but once you see it, you'll understand a little bit better. Okay, so this is the Bluetooth part of it, and this is the display on the LCD. So let's first look at the LCD display, and that's this here. Now remembering, one is the light and the other is the temperature. I have a light that I'm going to turn on, and you see it went up. I'm going to turn it off, and it goes down. And this above here is the potentiometer. I'm going to turn the potentiometer knob up to the top range, and then I'm going to turn it down to the lower range, and you see it goes down. Both of these sensors have a range of 0 to 1. Now let's go back to this, and I just want to show a couple of things. Because the LCD display doesn't like to be updated really fast, I have a thing in here which is sort of a pulse generator, and it tells how frequently it's supposed to update the values for these sensors. So I have it set to 2 seconds so that when the display changes, it only changes only every 2 seconds, because the values change only once every 2 seconds. And that's what this is showing here, seconds per data. And now I'm going to show you how to change this now. We're going to look at temperature. First, we're going to look at all right, so now we're going to put temperature on the top, and we're going to put relative humidity on that. And notice how these other lines go away once I make the connection to this. So now let's update it again, which means we're downloading the code or uploading the code to the Arduino. And let's go back now to the display. And it's going to take a while, and then it'll change the display. So remember, it's going to be temperature and then relative humidity. So the temperature in centigrade is 24, relative humidity is 30% or 0.3. Now let's go and change it to, instead of Fahrenheit, let's change it to, I said instead of centigrade, let's change it to Fahrenheit here. And update it and upload it. And let's go look at the camera and watch it change. So this 24 degrees is going to change to Fahrenheit, which should be about 77, I think. Okay, 75.2. Now this is doing a math thing on that, and the sensor only works on units of, I think, 1 centigrade. And so when you do that to Fahrenheit, that's like almost 2 degrees of Fahrenheit. So it's just, I think the next point up, if I turn on the heat here, maybe by turning the light on, it's going to go up only to 77. All right, so this is the LCD display. Now let's look at the Bluetooth display. So I'm going to set this up here. Whoops, one second here. Let me set this up. I think I can get it to be here. So anyway, you see the values coming in, and let's look at what the value should be. The connection to the data is pot B, so let's now go back to the camera and change pot B, turning it to a higher value, and higher value. So it really is nice. So this is coming in on my smartphone, and I could be 50 feet away, and that value would still be received by the phone. All right, so let's go back to this. And anything else to describe? Oh, this is the sending out of the data to the Bluetooth is happening every half a second because I don't want it to be too great. Now I can change this and slow it down even further to say 1 second. So I'm going to do this and change this to, now let's change this to, yeah, let's change it to 1 second. And I go back here and I reload it onto the Arduino. And let's go back to the camera. And now it's going more slowly. Oops, no, I think it hasn't finished uploading and starting up. All right, so now it's every second, and that's kind of nicer. And this is actually showing the seconds here. Okay, I'm going to stop the video now.